charges have been laid in the death of an RCMP officer killed in the line of duty in Coquitlam. BC Prosecution Service approving 2 charges against a Coquitlam man. Our Albert Delatella following this story for us. Albert, what's the latest?
Well, Natalie, the suspect in this case now faces 2 charges. 25-year-old Nicholas Bellemare, he's been charged with first-degree murder along with attempted murder with a firearm. And police are revealing more as well about the fatal shooting of a Ridge Meadows RCMP constable, Rick O'Brien. He was killed while executing a search warrant Friday morning in Coquitlam, BC, which is about a half hour's drive east of Vancouver. Homicide investigators say O'Brien and 2 officers were carrying out a warrant in relation to a drug investigation that originated in Maple Ridge, BC, east of the city. A second officer was shot and wounded, and a third officer was also injured. Both have since been released from hospital. The suspect was shot and wounded as well during the incident. So as a result, the Independent Investigations Office of BC, it's running a concurrent investigation in this. A search of BC court records doesn't show any prior charges against that suspect, Nicholas Bellemare. He's set to appear in court on October 3rd.
And Albert, what has the reaction been from officials as well as law enforcement?
Yeah, tributes from across the country, Natalie, for Constable O'Brien. He's a 51-year-old that served with the RCMP for 7 years, in that time being recognized for his bravery, particularly a violent home invasion that he helped break up along with other officers. He leaves behind his wife and 6 children. His detachment, Ridge Meadows RCMP, they posted a tribute on social media. You're seeing it there. It thanked the community for their unwavering support and says Constable O'Brien was a dedicated police officer and wonderful human being, as they put it, and that they'll miss him tremendously. In Maple Ridge, where that RCMP detachment is based, you can see that community members, they've been laying flowers and paying their respects. We heard from that community's mayor, who says the death is hitting the community hard.
Remember, these are communities that live together, work together. The Constable O'Brien was well loved, great sense of humor, 7 years in the force, and he touched so many different people through the different programs that he worked through.
Officers running the annual Cops for Cancer Tour de Rock in Victoria, they spoke to CBC News this year reflecting on this passing.
We all put on our uniforms every day expecting we're going to come home, and unfortunately he is not coming home to his family. I'm happy to be riding with my team. We can process this information together and ride while we're thinking of Rick.
It's especially challenging, but I know that we are all here together standing behind him and his family, and it just adds another thing for us to be grateful for what we have and what we're here fighting for today.
Over in Ottawa, Constable O'Brien and other fallen officers were also remembered. The tribute posted online by Hamilton Police as their members jogged by. They wrote, "Let us remember, honor, and pay our respects to all those who've sacrificed in the line of duty." O'Brien was actually originally from Ottawa, where in a previous career he worked as a teaching assistant. You can see his death really being felt across the country. Natalie.
Thank you, Albert. The CBC's Albert Delatella.
You're welcome.